happening, everybody? It's Sean with Reactions to the Classics. And today we got a song battle. We got Marmalade versus Spirit versus Love. Little triple battle action going on from our friend, longtime supporter and patron of the channel, AnCat Dub. Thank you, AnCat Dub. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the patrons who make this thing go. If you'd like to support us in any way, check out that Patreon link below or the Patreon link on the Instagram. We could not do it without the patrons. Hours and hours and hours of work going to this channel. It's a labor of love, but we super appreciate them. If you'd like to check it out, look at that Patreon link below or the Patreon link on the end screen. We're running that free trial. AnCat Dub calls this the battle of the 1960s guitar riff gems. So what is a guitar riff? Well, I'm glad you asked, because AnCat Dub says the basic definition of a riff, particularly of a guitar riff, would be a chord progression or single note refrain of music that is repeated. In classic rock, a guitar riff is often a central musical motif of the track. It's a simple identifying music figure to hook the ear and keep the listener oriented throughout the song. A riff may be used to create a repeating rhythmic groove, but it may also be used to punctuate key moments in the songs. Note that rock songs can feature more than one musical riff, particularly in progressive rock compositions. All right, first up, you see it below, we have a 1976 single by the UK band The Marmalade from Glasgow, Scotland. The song is I See the Rain. The Wikipedia quote AnCat Dub gives, their greatest chart success was between 1968 and 1972, placing 10 songs on the UK singles chart and many overseas territories, including international hits Reflections of My Life, which reached number 10 in the US and number 3 in the UK in January of 1970, and the Beatles cover Obla Dee Obla Da, which topped the UK chart in 1969, the group becoming the first ever Scottish artist to top that chart. That song is fun to sing. I don't know that it's a great song, but it is the Beatles, man. AnCat Dub says, we'll listen to the song I See the Rain, a classic early power pop tune featuring heavy electric guitar and British Invasion style harmony vocals, written by lead guitarist William Campbell and singer Dean Ford. This recording was praised by Jimi Hendrix as the best cut of 1967, and yet as a single, failed to chart at the time. To me, AnCat Dub says, I See the Rain sounds like the kind of hard rock that would become identified with the early 1970s classic rock era. So it definitely sounded a bit ahead of its time. Note that Graham Nash, who was then a member of the Hollies and later, of course, a member of CSN, contributed guitar to this track. All right, I'm going to have the lyrics up as always. Thanks again, AnCat Dub.
Running home to put their goats on.
good song. It's going to be simple, low-hanging fruit here for this comment, right? Because it's a battle of guitar riffs. But William Campbell's guitar on here is fantastic. I love the sound of this. Dean Ford on the vocals does such a good job. It sounds so far ahead of their time from when this came out. But this is a really good song and going to be hard to beat, but we still got 2 other tracks. Next up, we got Dark-Eyed Woman, recorded by Spirit in 1969. ANCAT Dub says, the band Spirit was one of the more talented rock bands in the 1960s. They were a pioneering jazz rock fusion act, as well as a psychedelic rock mainstay of the Los Angeles scene in the late 1960s and early 1970s. Sadly, with time, their main claim to fame would be the copyright infringement lawsuit claiming that Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin stole the intro guitar progression used in Stairway to Heaven from the Spirit song Taurus. The courts eventually ruled in Led Zeppelin's favor, however, so Spirit's legacy wasn't improved. Spirit guitarist Randy California composed the track we are going to listen to, Dark-Eyed Woman, which features a heavy, fuzz-tone guitar riff and lots of psychedelic atmospherics in the song's intro, outro, and solo breaks. If you want to know more about this story, I didn't remember that it was Spirit, but I remember this story. Go search for, when this is over, our Led Zeppelin 4 review, and I talk about it because I'll tell you one thing. If you're a Led Zeppelin fan, I totally get it. But Jimmy Page robbed from so many blues greats back in the day too. Just thieves stuff right and left. So it's tough for me. He's a great guitarist to have a lot of respect for him. That and some other stuff that he did. But if you don't know that story of Led Zeppelin, that they thieved so much stuff, you really ought to dive into it. But I digress. Let's jump into this song.
Dark-eyed woman on a hot summer night. Dark-eyed woman, are you burning tonight? Dark-eyed woman, won't you step in the light and tell me, dark-eyed woman, are you burning tonight? Well, dark-eyed woman, it's 4:45. I hear your voice like a child at my door. Dark-eyed woman, I could love you once more, but dark-eyed woman, we've all been there before, yeah. Dark-eyed woman on a hot summer night. Well, dark-eyed woman, are you burning tonight? Dark-eyed woman, won't you step in the light and tell me, dark-eyed woman, are you burning tonight?
All right, Dark-Eyed Woman. Definitely different guitar work than on the first track. Fantastic stuff. Some good bass work in there too, low-key. It wasn't a riff, but a more hard-edged song. And not dense lyrically because they just let the instrumental run there for a long time, but I definitely enjoyed it and I liked it. It was different. It was different than the Marmalade track. Now, I'm going to finish it off. Cat Dubs says, finally, we will listen to Robert Montgomery by Love, a Los Angeles-based psychedelic rock band that's primarily remembered for their first 3 albums, particularly the Forever Changes album, which is considered to be a classic of the psychedelic rock era. I have done a full album reaction to that from one of our other patrons, Evan David, maybe a year ago, maybe longer. Type it in the bar above. You can see that's a fantastic album. Forever Changes was poorly promoted, however, and record sales were lackluster. Infighting between the group's main songwriters, Arthur Lee and Brian McLean, led to McLean quitting the band and frontman Arthur Lee, out of frustration over Love's lack of commercial success with the backing of the record company, fired his remaining bandmates and eventually put together a new version of Love in 1969. And surprise, surprise, the new version of the band lacked the chemistry, personality, and arguably the talent of the original band. So most of the music generated was simply not that inspired or interesting. One exception would be the hard-rocking tune Robert Montgomery, which features some gutsy and sophisticated lead guitar work, courtesy of Jay Donnellan. But unfortunately, the song was a one-off. Except for maybe a couple of other tracks, nothing else released by the new version of Love rose to the same level. For me, Cat Dub says Robert Montgomery was Arthur Lee and Love's last hurrah.
Robert Montgomery lived on the good side of town. He went down to the people that he used to know, but they had changed. And though they looked different, they still were the same. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was it listening, and why were they trying to hear when those never-ending promises are all that we hear in our ears? And even the king sometimes thinks a little weird, the same as all the rest. And I'll give you Robert Montgomery, now can you see who you are? With the way that they're chatting, it doesn't seem that you'll get too far. So come on from now to wherever you are, and frequent all the rest, and we'll give you our
Robert Montgomery by Love. Jay Donnellan absolutely shredding the guitar riff on there. It is just a fantastic job. I don't have a lot else to say about the song. Just a great vibe. And here's the thing. It's a battle of the guitar riffs. So I always choose the best song, and I'm still going to do that. But honestly, if I was going to choose the best riff, it's this one. It's the Love song. It's Jay Donnellan. But I'm going overall song here, which the guitar riff's part of it, right? And for me, I like that all three songs were different, right? The Marmalade, the Spirit, and the Love. They were all different types of songs. So very good job of putting this together by ANCAT Dub. Not that I doubted that it would be, but I'm going to actually go with the first track, Marmalade. I See the Rain is by far the standout for me, and that is because it's just such a fantastic song. The other two songs are really good. That song's fantastic. Never heard any of these three songs. Never even heard of Spirit or Marmalade. Spirit outside of course, the Led Zepp Stairway to Heaven controversy, and I didn't remember the band's name or anything. So thank you to ANCAT Dub for bringing this one to me. Let me know what you think down below. Which one's the best guitar riff, best song, winner for you? However you want to attack it, guys. And until next time, I will see ya.